I was trying to look at gold, trying to follow along what the market was doing previously, and of course, react to what we'll be seeing, right? So real quick, if I take it back to the daily, this is what I just came up with, right? So let's just remove this over here. So if you look at this, we were still in an uptrend, of course, but then kind of the market, of course, I saw we had this kind of a double top right there, and we saw gold dropping. Now from then we've seen this kind of a move right here, and to me I was like, okay, basically we still had that anticipation that we might continue dropping, probably to target this level right there, but then that's a week. At the same time, we see this might be the beginning of a trend line. First touch, for example, second touch. Right now, for me to look for a buy opportunity, I need to make sure that gold has taken care of this downtrend right there, right? So that's when, if I go to the H4 real quick, this is what I'm talking about. Make sure that gold has taken care of this downtrend. Of course, let's just start from that immediate right there. You just adjust it right there. So we see that, of course, gold gave us a lower high right there, another lower high, lower low right there, and gave us a lower high right there. Now that is still based off the H4. So real quick, if this is our last lower high, so let me just mark that level real quick. It's our last lower high. We can call it last lower high, right? Last high, correct. This is the last high. Let me just play with this font thing. Correct. Let's just see. Right, so that's the last high. So for us to confirm that the market is ready to go to the upside, all I need to see is gold taking out that high real quick. Let me just have that right there. So I'll just need to delete this, then let's just have it right there. Let's just delete that too, right? So if I think I should just start afresh, let me remove all these, right? So we've seen gold creating a new high, previous high, and creating a new low right here. So probably this to me might be a higher low, higher high, higher low right there, and we've seen gold giving us kind of double bottom of this higher low, and of course we've seen gold trying to play around at that last high. I'm talking about the last lower high that we just marked right there. Now if I go to the H1 real quick, all we need to do right now is just understand what gold want to do around this level. Simple, right? That's all we need. Once we see, let me just adjust it. You don't want to miss a thing, guys. I don't want to miss anything. Let's just have it right there. Hope I took care of that. Right, so 1 2 3, we anticipated the market to drop. Of course, we had a double top, boom boom, but the market never dropped, just created a new low right there, and now we see gold giving us a double bottom like we said before, and now that is where we currently cruising at. And like we said before, guys, all we need right now is just price action or reaction around this resistance. Right now, if gold decides to take out this resistance, then guess what? I think we now confirming that we should be going all the way up. But then bear in mind that our first target should be this level, because that is where we started our trend. I'm talking about this trend right here, right there. That's the first target, of course, right there. Let me just try to extend this to the left. Makes sense? You understand? Correct. Now what am I going to look for right here? Continuation pattern. Simple. That is all I need. Why should I be looking for continuation pattern over here? The reason why I'm looking for continuation pattern is to tell me that okay, price just gaining momentum, you understand, you know, something like this, to break out of this resistance. But then if that doesn't happen, if I see just gold taking out that high, no problem, we still anticipate a correction right there, then look for our entry properties, right? And now if you look at this, to me, I was like, okay, this might be the case, gold giving us this kind of a play right there. And guess what, we've seen gold breaking out of that double bottom right there. So right now all I see is just gold consolidating. It's not giving me any clear picture, clear indication what it wants to do. So all I need is just to monitor and understand what she's doing. But for now, I won't make any decision. Why? Because if she might just do this, remember, she's not yet taking out this high right there, so it might be doing this. Don't forget, guys, you need to look out for all possibilities right there. It might be doing that kind of a thing, in essence, that we're still in a downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower low, then lower high right there, then gold plays around, boom boom, takes out, then we continue dropping, right? So for now, we just need to watch out what she's doing. This is a very crucial zone right there, right? Let me talk about GBP JPY, because I think if you're looking for buys on gold, JPY XGPY should be dropping. So GBP JPY, or even oh, I had something looking nice also on old JPY. Think so, correct right there. So let's just talk about old JPY real quick right here. Correct. I think I should I remove my drawings? No, let me just start. So over here, this was my understanding. We had a touch, second touch, and of course the market never gave us that third touch. What did the market do? The market just dropped, right? So with that in mind, all we need to cater for or look for the last, or or the previous one, which was that level. This was the previous low that it created. In fact, if we do extend this right there, oh yeah, it did, sorry, yeah, it did, right? So we had a touch, and of course a touch right there. All I see that JPY gained strength, then drop Aussie all the way down. So that was just a sign that we're still in a downtrend, because generally, to me, I've been saying that this to me is just a bearish flag. Why? This is just an impulse phase correction, bearish flag, then we see the market going down. Then if you go to the weekly, basically you'll understand that somehow that's just a left shoulder information, left shoulder right there, head, right shoulder. So we still anticipate, we might be going to target this level. But then still on the weekly, remember, we still have a touch, and the market broke. But then instead of the market going up, clearly it just started going back with this continuation pattern, like we say before, of the daily impulse correction. So broke, impulse correction. So let me just take it back to the 4-hour for you guys to see what I'm talking about. This is it. Now remember, this was the touch right here, the third touch of the daily, the last higher low, right? Let me just remove these ones. Right there, real quick. Right, so this is the last lower high. We should mark out this as the last low so that we don't forget, right? Of course I won't forget because I know what I'm talking about. But then let's just call it last low. We can mark that level as last low, then play with this joint right there. So that's the last low. All we see is that it was taken out, and then all these came as an impulse phase, right? And now if you look at this level clearly, we also had a touch, trend line, market respecting first touch right there, second touch never gave us any. Then now probably the market was almost or wanted to give us the third touch right there, right? So with that in mind, Remember, we still have this level extended. So look at this right here. We can have this. Let me see if I can come on, adjust this joint, play around with it right there, play around with it as long as it makes sense, and we go for it, you know. Right, so if you look at this what's this, old JPY, we understand that, you know, the market almost wanted to give us that touch right here, that touch, but then we see price hit this trend line of ours. Look at this, we've had 1 2 3 4 5, so 5 times the market has been respecting that joint or that trend line, right? So kind of telling us that that level is kind of strong. Now from then we've seen that the market dropped, then started printing or playing around this level right here. So probably she might continue going, but I think, yeah, she's already hit probably. Let me just try to adjust this joint, yeah, something like that. So if you look at this clearly, to me that might be just a double top before we see, you know, old JPY dropping. So we have over here at the bottom, we have a touch, so we still anticipate another touch, right? And then of course if we get a break, we're still going to cruise all the way down. Now that just, you know, give us more confluence and confidence that, you know, we might be looking for buys on gold, you understand. Now if you go to the H1, let's see what price printing right over here. Now over here we've seen a touch, respected, a touch, respected, a touch, respected. Now let's just adjust this right here, right there, come on, right there. So right now all I see is that old JPY has created a low right here, and of course we are currently closing at a support. So all we need to just understand is the reaction around this level right here. Once we get our confirmation, of course, that's when we should be looking for, you know, selling opportunity. But then if you don't see any opportunity or any confluence, then we don't do a thing, we won't take our trade, right? Because why, right here there's no way I'm supposed to look for buys basically, because we currently at this trend line right here. So there's no way I will be looking for buys, because right now if I look for buys, you know, it might be risky until I see what's this, old JPY breaking up above this, comes back, retests, give me those bullish properties, then that's when we should be looking for buys. But then for now I see price is giving us, you know, some of bearish momentum. So check out my Telegram link in the description box below, and Merry Christmas gang and Happy New Year. Adios.